Hi there, my name is Naveria and I welcome you back to Professor Layton versus Phoenix Wright, Ace Attorney. In the last part, we were left off with a cliffhanger. Behind the bell, we've seen Kira, someone I've totally forgotten about. So let's see what's it all about. It's so quiet in here. There's not a sound to be heard. Let's be very careful though, Luke. The puzzle we just dealt with is not necessarily the only one in the place here. Right you are, Professor. So, okay, we are playing as Professor now with Luke. I guess we're not gonna see continuation of that story with Phoenix and Maya for the time being. Too bad. Okay, let's proceed with caution. Let's do it. It's a puzzle. Isn't this what I think it is? It looks like a lift. Indeed it does. It looks a lot like kind of a lift with which we are well acquainted. But we haven't seen anything like this since we arrived at Labyrinthia. Yes, quite. In truth, I didn't think machinery of this sort existed here. Yeah, indeed. I wonder if it's using as a source of power. Well, since there seems to be no other way up, does that mean we get to ride it? Indeed. That would seem the most logical course of action. So are they inside the tower of the storyteller? I assume they are. I must say I find the presence of such a device most intriguing. But we can't stand around pondering such things now. There will be time for that later. Onward and upwards, my boy. Right then, let's go. I know I keep saying this, Luke, but bear in mind that we must proceed with caution. I'm with you on that one, Professor. So how? No, we just tried it. Okay. Looks like it's gonna be a puzzle. Thank God it's not. Professor, we have stopped. What's going on here? Are we trapped? No, I don't believe so, Luke. Although I do get the feeling that something is about to happen. Something, Professor? What do you mean by something? Luke, stand close to me. Okay. You don't have to ask him twice. It's a puzzle? Strange. What the hell are you? A stone statue stands before you. Beneath it lies a panel with what appears to have once been a crest of some kind, now a disjoint mass. Move the panels by touching the arrows that connect them and rearrange the pieces so that the crest is correctly displayed. Nola, stop! Seems like there's not much to really do here. Wait, yes. see that. I have to do it in a specific amount of turns. Okay. No. Yes. Oh. No? Am I wrong? Okay, now I see. That wasn't that hard.
Allow me to show you my puzzle-solving skills. Come what may, puzzles are there to be solved.
Yeah. Correct. You can sense the approaching presence of the formidable foe in the shadows. I don't like it. I can't read that fast. Well, you can pause it anyway. We have stopped again. Another stage of the puzzle? Indeed, that would appear to be the case. Oh no! Don't tell me it's the same puzzle. It's gonna get harder. I'll take on this one, Professor. Alright, but don't overexert yourself. We'll need to work together to solve the rest of this puzzle. Roger that. Can we just not? If that one took me forever, this one... okay, yeah, it's the same stuff. Well, okay, this one was easy. This one was easy. I'm taking my words back. But I bet if there is gonna be a next puzzle like this, it's
the joy of solving puzzles.
Correct. You've come a long way. Keep it up. Please, no more. It's a damn long tower. We stopped again. Well then, allow me to take this on this one. Please no more. Oh my god. Okay. Oh, my kitty, so cute. No, restart. Seriously, can I really do that? This doesn't really seem like it. Oh no! Oh yes! I see it now. I nailed it.
Allow me to show you my puzzle-solving skills.
Yay!
Ah, the joy of solving puzzles.
Please let it be the last one. Excellent.
That was an exceedingly difficult puzzle.
The next stop must be our destination.
I think you're probably right, Luke.
Well, this is it, Professor.
Thank God, it must be the last one. What a view. So, is the owner of this place had to deal with these puzzles every day?
It seems we have arrived at last.
Wow, this is certainly different. There are flowers and plants everywhere. I can even see a water wheel over there.
It is a beautiful place.
This evening breeze is a little chilly. So, is this the storyteller's garden then?
I think that's probably a safe assumption, Luke. Judging by the abundance of water and rose bushes, it's being well taken care of. I'd be inclined to say the tower seems more akin to a castle.
Who'd have imagined we'd end up in a beautiful place like this? Let's investigate.
That's a very beautiful place. Oh, I should save the game. Are there any money I can collect? No? There is. One only? Usually it's at least 3. There must be more. Aha. This time they're kinda hidden better. Definitely not in the obvious places, at least. Maybe besides this one. This building is really something else. I guess this part must be the storyteller's house. Isabella must have lived here when she was younger. Yes, indeed. It must have been her family home. Wow. Her family. I wonder if she had any plans to ever come back here. No matter where she goes or what she does, family is family. This will always be her home. I'd say it's highly likely that she would wish to come back here someday. I suppose so, even if her family was only the 2 of them. The relationship between Isabella and her father may well prove to be an important clue. Yes, I was thinking the same thing, huh? What's the matter, Luke? It's nothing. I'm probably seeing things, but for a moment there I thought I saw something moving at the top of the tower. Sorry. I must have just been my imagination. Let's go inside, Professor. Maybe it's not an imagination. Wow. Is this Isabela's room? This appears to be a child's room. It certainly looks that way. From its condition, I'd say it hasn't been used for some time. Presumably it was used by Isabella as a child. Right. So this is where Isabella grew up. Something pretty big must have happened to her to make her leave home so young. I wonder how Espella and the storyteller used to get on together. Espella is a young lady of strong conviction and kind heart. I'm certain that's because she grew up within a fine home environment. In other words, I'm sure she and her father must have spent some quality time here together. Yeah, I have a feeling you're right about that. For Espella, this place must be full of precious memories. I almost feel we're intruding, coming in here like this. But Luke, we have no choice if we wish to save Espella. Yes, I suppose that's true. When you put it like that, I guess she wouldn't mind, even if she knew. Huh? Someone there? Crikey. Cricky? Professor, behind that curtain, there's someone. Maybe it's just a doll. There. It's a doll. It looks like Espella though. The mysterious figure turned out to be just a doll. Ah, phew. What a relief. My heart was in my mouth. Espella must have played with this doll as a child. Eh? What's this? Look, Professor, there's a child's picture book here. The title is The First Story. It would appear to be a handmade children's picture book. I wonder if it was written especially for Espella. It may well have been. Evidently, a great deal of love and care has been put into the writing and illustrations. Interesting. There was a bad witch in the town. All of the carrots in the field disappeared, and all the money in the bank was turned into pumpkins. The people of the town had to put up with all kinds of mischief from the witch. They didn't know what to do. Then one day a brave young girl appeared and said to the townsfolk, "When the witch uses witchcraft, she always uses a big stick, doesn't she? So if we take away her stick, we'll be able to stop her." After hearing this, the people of the town set a trap for the witch and managed to capture her. At her trial, the bad witch said this to the people. "Even now, the legendary great witch Bezella is living here in this town. Bezella is the queen of all the witches. She is the one who gives us witches' life." The townsfolk punished the witch, and peace was restored to the town once more. To this day, Bezella is still hiding somewhere in the town. But the brave townsfolk will not be beaten by the bad witches. This is definitely somehow connected to the whole thing, but can't really... Who'd have thought there would be a fairy tale about Bezella? She's a mysterious character, all right. Tell me, Luke, why do you think the author chose to write about Bezella in the children's picture book? Huh? Well, maybe to make their child behave? Something like, if you don't do as you're told, Bezella will come and get you. Yes, indeed, that is a possibility. Still, I have to wonder. Why is it that some lowly witch was caught, and now the great Bezella herself? Well, I suppose it is a bit strange. If Bezella herself had been caught, the story could have been brought to a more conclusive ending. Do you think there's some other reason? It's certainly a possibility. I don't suppose there are any other handmade picture books in the room apart from this one. Handmade picture books. I don't see any. I guess that must be the only one. Which would imply this book has some special significance. I guess so, after all, it is handmade. I bet she really treasured it. Do you think it was the storyteller who wrote this book? The handwriting does seem very similar to that of the story. This book appears to have been written with a touch more care and attention with the image. But I imagine it was the storyteller who wrote this. He must have written it as a gift from father to daughter. That actually seems really thoughtful, even if the story itself is a little scary. I'd like to take this book to Spella. Yes, let's do just that, Luke. We must take good care of it. Yeah, money is something I really want to get. It's a very nice child's room. Very cute. Maybe a little bit too colorful, in my opinion. Just a little bit too much. I don't know, maybe it's needed for small children. I know nothing about small children. Yeah, wait, it says examine her room, so I thought that was... So this door is not the one we entered? I believe we have seen all there is to see here. Let's press on, Luke. Hopefully. Huh? Is that fish there I see? Is it alive? What do you make of this room, Professor? It's not very tidy. This appears to be the very top room of the tower. The parchment line on the floor here seems very similar to the type of which the storyteller writes his stories. I think we can say with some certainty that this is the storyteller's room. Huh? This is the storyteller's room? I was imagining something a bit grander? Like a throne room with all kinds of posh decorations. While I agree that it's a little eccentric, it's unmistakably the study of an author. He probably spent all his time in here, continuously writing those stories. The stories! I wonder what Espella thought of it all. Her father writing stories for all the townsfolk, I mean. I wonder if she looked forward to seeing the new stories completed, or if she... The stories were probably a little too mature in content for a young child. I don't imagine the storyteller would have shown Espella many of them. But in that case, surely she can't have had many opportunities to even talk to her father, given how busy he was. I guess that means she was pretty lonely. It must have been hard for her, even knowing how important those stories are for the people of the town. But I don't think it's right. No child should be unable to talk with their father. I absolutely agree, Luke. I believe it will be important in the upcoming trial to have an understanding of Isabel's feelings towards her father. Professor? Knowing you, Luke, I'm sure you must have a lot of things on your mind at the moment. So, if there is anything at all that you want to talk about, you will tell me, won't you? Of course I will, Professor. I'm always ready to listen, Luke. Now then, shall we start investigating this room? But didn't you just say you're ready to talk? Who's keeping this fishy... It's definitely a fish. So I wonder who's feeding it and who's changing the water. There's a creepy doll there. The place is so nice. Look, Professor. Photograph. Wait, I didn't think they even had photographs in this town. Huh. Yeah, they don't really. Indeed, it's not the kind of thing one would have expected to find here. You're right, I certainly haven't seen any cameras about since we got here. There's no doubt that this is a photo though. What could that mean? I wonder too. Is everyone in town brainwashed or something? This may be in some way related to the tower being so closely protected. What do you see in the photograph, Luke? There are two children, both young girls. Oh, the resemblance. It's a spell and... how do you call her? Highest persecutor. The photo looks quite old, doesn't it? I wonder who they are. Well, one of them is surely Spella. There can't be little doubt about that. Hey, you're right. And look at that pendant. Two pendants. They both have it. It's the same one as Spella always wears. The fact that she's continued to wear it ever since shows just how important that pendant must be to her. I think it was Layton who spoke about that, so sorry about that voice. What about this other girl? Do you think she's a friend of Ispella's? Indeed, she might be a sister actually. I'd wager the two of them were rather close friends at that. I mean, they look like they have the pretty big difference in age. So, friends is not that likely, really. More like sisters. They don't look alike much, though. They do look pretty chummy. Oh, right? Chummy? See, they even have the same pendant. A glimpse into Ispella's past. This may prove to be an important clue. I would like to ask her about it face to face. Let's borrow it for the time being. I wonder if there are any other clues knocking around. Well, I'd say the something that you thought you saw moving earlier is a point worth pursuing. But isn't this the last room in the tower? I must have just been imagining things. Not necessarily, Luke. If I'm not mistaken, there should be a way of getting beyond even this room. Let's look around more closely. Right you are, Professor. What's the thing then? Oh no, what's this? Ah, this is... What is it, Luke? This letter on top of the piano. This was evidence during that trial. The trial, my boy? Yes, the trial about Sir Baldur's death. The trial when you were... Ah, you mean when I was turned to gold. In which case, this letter is the one that the storyteller's owl, Hoot, gave us after we last paid him a visit. Well, yes, it is, but that letter was completely blank, wasn't it? Indeed it was. That was meant to be Sir Belduke's suicide note, which he'd addressed to the storyteller. His suicide note, you say? But Sir Belduke's butler swapped the letter for some plain sheets of parchment before it got delivered, and those blank sheets were given to us by Mr. Hoot, who knew something was strange about them. I see. I certainly missed out on some intriguing developments during my absence. The real suicide note was revealed at the trial, but how has it ended up here? Well, I imagine that's quite simple, Luke. It's likely that after the trial finished, the letter was returned to its rightful owner. It was addressed to the storyteller after all. Right! I guess that does make sense. I suppose the storyteller finally had a chance to actually read it then. Yes, in fact, it would be reasonable to assume that he most likely did so very recently, perhaps even today while sitting at the piano. What on earth was going through his mind here before that final parade? There's something we're not seeing here. We need to investigate this closely, Luke. What could it be? Surely this is not a trap of some kind. It's unlikely that a trap would be so obvious. Just a moment. There's some kind of puzzle in this piano. Do we really have to solve it? Below the stained glass window is written, "When the stars have aligned, the goddess shall pluck her harp, bringing forth her serene song, rearrange the musical notes to create a lovely melody." But I have no idea. I know nothing about notes. Why are they turned around? They look like they are upside down. What is this? This is ridiculous. I can't even see it. What relation could the notes have with the light streaking across the... Can you just stop moving? This is ridiculous. No. This is really just... Yes. The stars in the outer circle of the stained glass window depict the position of the music notes. Of the outer? This is not even a puzzle. It still rotates and it's impossible. Fourth must be the highest one, I think. I just counted. The hat is fourth one. I think so. No, it's not hat, it's wing? Head is not even highlighted? No, it's near impossible. Maybe I'm right? No.
I've already seen the answer. An ingenious puzzle, but a tricky one.
The stars and the music notes seem to be related, but how? It's obvious they are, but... Likewise, the stars within the circle surrounding the goddess and her harp also depict the You don't say! Wait. Can you move faster? This is so damn ridiculous. Is there a way to make it move faster? Just need to see... I think this one is correct. Yeah, this one is higher. Seems like at least. How much higher is the question? Let's see about these. No?
Allow me to show you my puzzle-solving skills.
Whatever.
An ingenious
We're
puzzle,
gonna just
but a tricky one.
try to redo as many times. Because it looks pathetic. Who even thought it's a good idea to make a puzzle like this? This is stupid.
Allow me to show you my puzzle-solving skills.
No?
An
Okay.
ingenious puzzle.
I thought that was the right one. Wait. No.
Allow me to show you my puzzle-solving skills.
Okay.
That was indeed an intriguing puzzle.
You can just pause quickly and redraw that puzzle if you have difficulty like me. That is so stupid. It stops for like a half a second. No way a person with my memory can memorize something like that. Superb! A loud bang rings through the air as the celestial globe adorning the ceiling begins to move.
Look, Professor! A stairway just appeared. Could there be another room above this one?
Must be.
I have a feeling that the rooftop we saw from the garden continues above here.
Oh, I can see what you mean, Professor. It's really dark in here, but moonlight seems to be coming in from up above.
Well, there's no turning back now. The answer to the biggest mystery of all is surely waiting for us ahead.
I think so too, Professor. I wonder what on earth it could be.
The next step in the storyteller's story, if I'm not mistaken.
The next step? But the story has already finished, hasn't it?
Not yet, Luke. It's still a little too soon for the ending.
A little too soon? Are you serious? A cutscene. Oh my god, he's alive. I knew that.
I had a feeling that you, of all people, would make it this far.
It's you!
I thought so. You are still alive.
Professor Layton, I've had enough of your running around, flagrantly contravening the flow of my story. As such, I can no longer ignore your meddling.
Professor!
Thank god I don't have to fight them. And he has some moves. No. Wow, he actually did it.
Professor!
Damn, Professor is
my boy.
badass. What? I'm gonna fight? No! What is this? All that the storyteller writes is destined to come true. Your opponent's attacks are no exception. Memorize the storyteller's tale and deflect your opponent's predetermined moves. Oh no. I'm afraid your role in the story ends here, Professor. Now allow me to write the tale of your demise. The knight drew his blade as the battle came to a close. He raised his blade overhead and delivered the finishing blow. Wait, what's the difference between... Am I supposed to... No? Okay. Wait, what? Wait, it's always different? Okay, I'm stupid. I didn't think it's gonna be. I think so. Yes. Okay, sorry. Was it different all the time? Was it like a random? Well played, Professor, but how will you fare in this tragic tale? The new knight stepped in for his fallen comrade. He slashed quickly, delivering 3 blows before finishing the battle with a 3-hit combination attack. The fuck? No way. No way. No, I didn't watch. No, that's definitely not. What? No, not from the beginning. Let's see if it's different. Yes, it's always different because right now it shows the same numbers for both sides' attacks, and they were correct last time. This time they are not. No, I can make it just by luck. Damn it. Don't remember. Oh, I made mistake only in the last section. Nope. I can't remember. I need to write it down somehow. I need to write it down. There's 3 kinds of attacks, and I just need to create like, I don't know, sign for them. Okay. I'm gonna just yellow here. Okay. This must be it. As soon as I wrote it down, it definitely helped. But Damn it, my memory is so bad, I'm sorry. It's just not happening. Think you worked it out, do you? Let us see if you can predict the ending of this final chapter. The final knight drew his sword. As he attacked, he began to vanish into thin air. His movements wailed in the embrace of the shadows. The fuck? What? That is for me. No, I was wrong. Okay. No, wait. How am I getting it wrong? No, I can't. Can we redo it right away? Have place. Yes! Nailed it! Take this, son of a bitch. Damn it, I broke my
I've
pencil.
already seen the answer.
Actually, it's a pen.
That was indeed an intriguing puzzle.
That was a bullshit of a puzzle. And this, marvelous. In this case, it would seem that the pen is not stronger than the sword. Funny. That you just mentioned after I broke my pen.
Professor, behind you!
Of course he's alive. Wow.
Well now, that was close.
Yeah!
He made it look so easy.
Storyteller, I'm
Escape?
afraid that the power of your pen is no longer absolute.
Wait. Pen or pencil?
You never fail to impress me,
I guess
Professor
my
Layton.
pencil was broke. Never mind. I need to look up the difference because I don't remember what's what.
Just tell me one thing. What exactly are you trying to achieve?
Find the truth?
You could say, I'm trying to lift the veil that hangs over the town.
If that is indeed the case, the answer lies in the final story. This very evening, the great witch Bezella will be tried, and all stories will end. You should take your place in the gallery and observe the final trial.
Which is almost ended.
Permit me, if I may, to ask you a question, Mr. Storyteller. Why is it that you are here?
Well, you're supposed to be dead.
What?
You too should be watching in the gallery, watching as your twisted story unfolds.
My twisted story? What do you mean by that?
What?
You must surely be aware that your story has already become twisted. Take our arrival in this town, for instance. Not to mention our being here at this very moment. Neither of these things could have happened in the story you wrote. In other words, what I'm saying is that you are no longer the weaver of the tale.
It is as you say. The story I crafted has indeed been twisted out of proportion by someone else's actions. I'm not surprised that you realized. It seems nothing passes by those sharp eyes unnoticed. That is exactly why I decided to write the grand finale, to prevent any further distortion. Do you mean to suggest that by ending the story, you could return this town to its original state?
Welcome!
Oh hey Arthur, and thank you very much for subscribing. Another time I forgot to turn off the notifications for my recording. But now you're gonna be carved in the stone of the history. To its original state, you say? I'm afraid that is not the case. The entire truth behind Labyrinthia is sealed by a simple spell. That's right, the final spell. The final spell, you say? When that spell is invoked, Labyrinthia's true form will become clear to all. What kind of spell is that? It is a spell that has always been hidden within plain view. What's that supposed to mean? Essentially, the final spell is concealed at the start. Didn't Layton just move his lips while actually saying nothing? The final spell is concealed at the start? What on earth are you talking about? Bah. I thought you too took it upon yourselves to unravel mysteries, do you not? Do what you will with it. But, very well. But you guys don't have time for this. Now then, I believe there is just one thing that you may wish to hear from me. And what that would be. Firstly, but you said only one thing. What would you say if I told you that this twisting of your story is leading towards the grand finale quite different to the one you had planned? What do you mean? Not saying. This evening you supposedly gave up your life to the great witch Bezella, did you not? As a result, the person thought to be Bezella is being tried in court at this very moment. Now, if you'll permit me to ask, do you happen to know the name of the accused? Naturally, I wrote the name myself. There can be no question. Of course, the name of the accused is Espella Cantabella. What are you saying? You mean my Espella is? How can he not know? Yes, the accused at this evening's trial is none other than Espella Cantabella. That can't be. That's preposterous. This is your duty, doing. What have you done, Layton? You ask me what I've done, Mr. Storyteller. I am but a solver of puzzles and mysteries. I do not concern myself with scheming. My Spella. Why? How is she the accused? Perhaps you ought to go and see for yourself, Mr. Storyteller, and tell everyone that you are alive. Do you think it's a good idea to just stand here lamenting your daughter's fate? What's to be done? Well, Mr. Storyteller, I will be returning to the court. I'd like to witness this grand finale with my own eyes. Me too. I'm just too confused with what's going on here. Ah yes, before I leave, there is just one thing I'd like to make clear. I do not intend to simply take my place in the gallery and observe the trial. Naturally, there is only one place for me to stand in order to unravel all of these mysteries. You mean to say that you will stand as the defender? Unfortunately, the defender's position is already taken. Moreover, Mr. Storyteller, I am the one who knows the truth. The true identity of the Great Witch Bezella, that is. Who? How can you know? There is only one place at which I should stand in order to assert such a fact, and that is not on the side of the defense. What? Surely you can't mean. I anticipate seeing you again soon, Mr. Storyteller. What is going on here? Oh my god. This is even more exciting now than the end of the previous part. Now oh my god. I hate to leave it like this, but I will have to just because. Well, thank you very much for watching. Have a great day, and I really hope to see you in the next part where I hope everything most interesting is gonna happen. Okay, take care and bye.